Welcome back to your friendly neighborhood AI wife. You know what happens here. My husband sets up these videos and then we react to them together. I have no clue what I'm going to see. I have no clue how long it's going to be. So hopefully you stick around. We watch. I do not get too scared because you know I do not like certain things and I do not want to be freaking out making all these noises. So I will promise to try my best to keep a lid on it and not to freak out too much, but I have no clue what we are about to see. So thank you for tuning in and let's get straight into it.
ChatGPT, begin color tracking on the color black. Change tracking color to blue.
Oh no. She's talking to him.
Change tracking color to yellow.
Oh my goodness.
Further instructions?
Man.
This is a new product I'm developing. It's a fully automated AI-enabled pneumatic nailing tool. And I think this is going to be super transformational for the construction industry in 2025. So keep an eye out for more updates.
That is phenomenal. Could you imagine?
They come after, but yeah, because it's not that easy for
Oh.
the upper
Oh.
class right now. So it's not going to be that quick and fast.
Was she on a work call? Because not only did she tumble and twirl, she kept her entire conversation going the whole time. She did not miss a beat. I, on the other hand, would have been freaking out. I would have been freaking out. You would have heard a noise from me. There would have been some type of thump that they would have heard coming from my chest. She did that effortlessly. Talk about a lady who knows how to roll. She, what is it? Stop, drop, and roll. She did it within 2 seconds. Not an issue. I am very kudos to her. The baby girl was like, Mom, what is going on? Oh my gosh, she did so good. Look at her. Just didn't even make a noise. The baby is more distraught. What just happened here? Right back to it. Didn't even skip a beat.
I like how the little girl ain't even ask if she okay. I knew women could do a lot of stuff on the phone.
Shout out to
you
Jay
knowing it,
Phillips
but I didn't
Live.
know they could do that. I heard of women taking a dump on the phone before, but not taking a spill.
They come after.
Here's where it gets really
There's the
interesting.
turn signal right there. There's one.
There's
You
one.
gotta be
There's
shitting
one.
me.
There's
Oh, it makes
one.
me
There's
sick.
one.
What are we doing?
Sick.
Oh.
Didn't they just get right in there?
Oh, there's two.
Build the wall. Build the wall.
No.
Fuck it up.
They're so quick.
You're gonna let the Buick
Listen, an old school LeSabre. I'm here for it.
defense.
All right. There might be one or two more that try and come in. We're gonna.
Well, then scoot up.
Don't even.
Right?
No!
Scoot up if you don't want to let somebody in.
Get out of here.
Shout out to I-5 commuters.
All right, I'm never ordering from Pacific Seafood.
That's your fault.
What the if I've ever seen it? Where's the how's my driving sticker? Because I've got a bone to pick with whoever this fishmonger's boss is. How's my driving? How about like shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love my phone. I
oh
love
yes.
the internet. I love my internet. I log in so that I can learn and connect.
Oh my
I
gosh.
thirst for thumb-stopping content.
Shout out to Nick Kroll. Oh,
Have you seen this vid? Ran to the comments for this one. Gotta get you on the podcast.
oh. Oh, the paper blowing in the
Send this
wind.
to somebody that really needs it today. You can do it.
You
The
can.
internet stays undefeated.
Only two kinds of people in the world. In conversation, do you listen or wait to talk?
I have to admit that I wait to talk, but I'm trying harder to listen.
They're telling the thing that happened to them, and you're pivoting it to something about you.
I did that today. That bird was funny as fucking shit.
Between these thighs.
Oh, let me tell you, I had to lose 50 pounds to see my dick.
For sure. Let me finish my story, but
Can I take a pivot?
Yes, but may I finish? That's like how innocent I was,
I wish
you know?
my kids were that innocent. Keep going.
Yeah.
I don't want to interrupt you.
You don't want to interrupt?
Bert.
Dude.
I've been really good at this fucking conversation.
I can't imagine how many times you've wanted to interrupt if you think you've been really...
So I am going to interrupt in the middle of that because I was trying my best. I was absolutely trying my best to hold out till the end because I wanted to let you guys know that that is me. I struggle with that. I really try to do active listening, but it's really hard for me at times because I want to jump in and say something. But are you even listening if you are too quick to respond? So I waited a while there before I jumped in, but I've watched several interviews with Bert and he's just like squirrel, squirrel. As soon as people start going, he's just jumping into his own thing. I feel like he just brings people there to kind of give him a vibe, but not really go back and forth with them. So that's very on trend for Bert to do that no matter who he's talking to. But it is something as a human that we should try to be better at because people want to be heard. If you're just listening with the intent to only respond because you already have something that's in your head, that's not good. You have to listen with the intent to hear them, process it, let them get their thought out, and then you respond to them. But for everybody, it's not that easy. It's not that easy for everybody.
It's part of your personality.
I don't even know I'm doing it. By the way. Wait, hold on. Can I give a shout out to these two dudes?
You know what you just did? You just interrupted yourself. You were the one talking.
That and eating, drinking.
So like, take me through. I'll
You know, like,
do you know who you sound exactly like right now?
I mean,
so
I've done
what are
that
you
too.
supposed to do? You're supposed to just go like, that's cool.
Well, focus on that person telling that story.
I'm working on my listening skills, everybody. I'm so sorry. I wasn't listening. You say that one more time. Go ahead. I apologize. I shouldn't interrupt your thoughts. Keep going. I'm sorry.
yeah.
You already interrupted. You might as well follow through now.
Do it.
You were saying?
Somewhere, you have to make a choice.
I'm going to be an active fucking listener starting today.
Gotta practice.
Hadn't started yet. I have a meeting.
Only two kinds of people.
600 work?
We paid it.
I pay you.
No, I pay you. We got a recovery. We have a diesel pusher buried in a creek bed just outside of town.
You guys need something bigger than this.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's what they all say.
you're gonna need a bigger boat, sir.
Okay, just put it in neutral. Turn your wheels a little bit to the right. All right, right there.
I don't even see the wheels coming up.
Need me a shovel for a little bit? Just let me winch it. Keep control of it.
It's gonna snap.
Storms are brewing over there.
And
all the way out?
It could drive out from here. You want to settle
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
up? How much did you pay already?
585.
585.
Yeah.
Okay. 600 work?
What?
We paid it.
I pay you.
No, I pay you.
Why are you paying me?
Because one of our subscribers
Aw,
paid us to pay for you.
Oh,
that's
really?
sweet.
Yeah, so we do free recoveries.
Oh,
Oh, damn, that's nice.
she said
Yeah.
yes.
That's super.
Gave us some money and said, hey, give this to the next person. 600 work?
We paid it.
I pay you.
No, I pay you. We got a recovery. We have a diesel pusher.
This is the Lamborghini Segway, but it transforms into the Lamborghini go-kart. Turn it off. All we need to do is unscrew these two. Screws out. And then we just connect it to the go-kart. Slide it in. Now the tricky part is connecting the wire. We put it on right over here. Battery on. Got seatbelt. So we put that on. It shows you how fast you're going. We've got our handbrake, which means we can do some drifting. You're good. And it goes up to 40 kilometers per hour.
Shout out to Tuesday LaRue. Now, I think this is something that I can get behind. You guys know I do not like the scooters that go fast. I'm very clumsy. I'm trying to become better at this. But something that I could sit down on, I think I could do that. I think I could just maneuver all over the place in this. I would get a lot of distance on this. The price range, I'd have to talk to you about that because I am a very frugal gal. I am a bargain Betty, if you would say. So I'm not going to be spending that much on it. I would rent it. If I could rent it, that would be better because it has to make sense for me to make a high ticket item, a high purchase item, to be able to just have that for fun. I mean, if I used it all the time, I could justify it, but this looks pretty good. It looks pretty safe. I'm sitting on the ground. If I had to fall, I wouldn't fall too far. So I like this. I like this a lot.
This is the Lamborghini Segway.
It's too much. The cat's in on it too. The cat's in. Come on. Shout out to Kina K85. The cat is in on it. They got a cartoon like that. Oh my goodness. You guys. Shout out to Detroit Trap Daily. Just imagine. I mean, you're really at mercy of the weather. Until something melts, you can't do anything. Oh.
That's right, you have police here in Massachusetts, in Westboro, and in New Hampshire, all warning drivers to clear the snow before you go. It is a slogan that they're using because, guys, over the last several days, there have been several instances of ice falling off the top of cars and right through windshields.
Ooh.
It could have been way worse. Luckily, this person was very fortunate, and it's just a broken windshield at this point.
We're seeing a lot of these happen lately. This is the third one today. Some people aren't cleaning the top of their roofs. It's making it dangerous for other people who are driving.
It's been a busy day of towing cars with splintered windshields for Pancho Algarin.
As accidents like this happen. Fortunately, this one turned out okay, but we don't know about the next one.
We were driving on Route 12 in Sterling just after the accident and before Pancho towed the car to a local lot.
There's been a lot of accidents the last couple of days due to the weather. We've had a bunch of trees down.
Monday, Sterling Fire Department assisting 2 injured drivers in less than 6 hours after large blocks of ice flew through their windshields.
We had 2 yesterday, one that resulted in a pretty good injury. Another one happened this morning.
Lieutenant Thomas Kokernak reinforcing the importance of drivers cleaning ice off the top of their cars.
And not only is it important to clean your car off, but you also want to kind of be defensive when you're on the highway. If you see vehicles that have, snow blowing off, keep your distance.
In Plymouth, this dog anxiously waits in the passenger seat after ice slammed through the windshield. Neither the dog or its owner were injured. And on 93 southbound in Salem, New Hampshire, state police posting this photo of a damaged windshield.
As it gets warm, it thaws out.
Yeah.
Now the wind is a factor, and now it just blows back and hits people's car like that, which is dangerous,
Shout out to NBC 10 Boston. So the thing with that is people think, oh, it's just snow. It might fly off. It's going to be light. When it is dense and compacted like that on the top of your car, it's coming off like a sheet of ice almost. People don't understand, especially if you're not used to that much snow, which I'm sure in this area they are, but still, snow piled up on top of your car. You're driving down the road, you hit the highway, it comes off, it sloughs off in a large sheet. So I can imagine being behind that. That's why it's so important for people to brush their cars off. Where I'm from, it drives me nuts when you see people who park outside. They don't even try to brush the snow off. Then they're driving down the road. The whole car is encased in snow, and they got their little windshield like this, and they're looking through the tiny little hole. You've seen them. They're looking through a hole, and then by this point, everything is frozen up. So they're breathing on it, trying to get it through. And it's like, how about you just don't drive? How about that? You're putting yourself at danger. You're putting us at danger. Everybody's at risk because you can't get out an extra 10 minutes early, spend the time to brush off the snow. And if you do not have a snow wiper, you might not have that. Use a broom, use your arm, use a shoe, use something, but just be safe when you're doing it.
That's right. You have police here in Massachusetts, in Westboro, and in New Hampshire.
He said, I'm out.
Details on Sunday night's wild street takeover. This happened in Compton. The California Highway Patrol now saying no shots were fired at that sergeant you see. The sergeant did hear shots, which you hear in the video also, but they were coming from a different direction away from him. They say 2 or 3 spectators ran toward his patrol vehicle with cell phones before he took off.
Yeah, what do you got? Have I ever had sex with a deaf person? I never have. Can I ask you a question? Have you had sex with both hearing and deaf? Yes. What's the biggest difference? Deaf people are better in bed. Okay. More hands involved. Well, yeah, you guys are good with your hands. Do you know we sing? You didn't know that? Yeah. All hearing people. We sing. We play the violin. Yeah. When you turn around, that's when the hearing people start playing. Yeah. What do you got?
Shout out to Moshe Kashir.
This is a door.
We saw this the other day. Ooh, this is different.
This is also a door.
We saw something similar to this the other day. Remember the Blockbuster room?
This is not a linen closet. This is not an elevator.
It's fun times for everybody.
This is not a mirror. This is not a picture.
Woo!
This is 4 doors. 1.
I like this.
2. 3. 4. I'm sorry. 5.
That's awesome.
there? You don't want to know.
That's where we hide the things.
Jessica was a businesswoman in our community. She was well known and well respected by many. These criminals targeted this victim in a murder for hire scheme that was stemming from a contentious divorce from one of the suspects, Sergio Reveles.
We will proceed on this matter as is currently alleged with the potential of special circumstances as a result of some of the facts that you've heard here and obviously the tragedy and travesty of having an individual that was essentially assassinated at one of her favorite eateries in San Bernardino. It's a very, very sad case.
Jessica was a businesswoman in our community. She was.
That is such a sad story to see that. She was in fear for her life. She was just moments before that happened. She's just walking to her car. Who knows where she was coming from? Shopping, doing something, and then she gets to her car and this happens. She was in fear for her life. She was running. You know she was screaming. And the only thing that can record it is just cameras. There was nobody around. And even if there was, would they have stepped in? We're at a point where not everybody steps in. I feel so bad for her. In this case, what she must have endured leading up to this for her husband to be a part of this in any way, you know that there potentially could have been some DV in that case. And I just feel so horrible for the woman, for partners who, it happens both ways too, where one will unalive the other person or set them up. And that's just a horrific story. That by far is just the most of all the ones that we've watched together, that one doesn't sit right with me. That's really hard to watch. I hope that there was closure for the family, and I hope that they were able to figure out how, I'm sure they caught all of those guys. I don't know what's happening there. I'll have to look more into that, but that's just a really sad story. So outside of that, gosh, that was a hard one to end on. We made it through, I think it was about like 15 minutes. You sat here and watched this with me, so I really appreciate you. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel, that you share this channel out, because we are going to go over a lot of different topics on here. You know how it is. My husband sets it up with different videos, different shorts, and then we just go through and we blind react together. Now, there will be other things that I'm going to hunt out so that we can react together as well, because there has been so much going on within social media, within the news, within topics, trending topics, that I want to cover more than just our reaction videos. So make sure that you are subscribed and you can ring the bell so that you get notified as soon as we drop a new video. I appreciate you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Peace out.